I've personally stayed at the Hilton. I was the Conrad Bora Bora. It was $75 a night for a week.
Wow.
In a little bungalow over the ocean. This summer, I was at a Conrad in Istanbul with 75 euros a night at like this 5-star palace in Istanbul. So if you like to travel, hospitality is definitely the place for you.
Sometimes it's about more than manifesting. You got to do the work.
We're here live at the HypeTampaBay event. I have with me
Courtney. And I'm Mallory.
Okay, Mallory and Courtney. How long has this event been going on, and what inspired you to come up with the event?
So I've been going to Hype events for about a year now. And Lauren, who is the founder, I reached out to her and told her we'd love to host.
Okay.
So we have this new space called Conrad's, and we thought it'd be a great place to host.
Okay.
For those of you who do not know, Conrad Hilton was actually the founder of Hilton. So we had this space actually used to be our executive lounge for Hilton Diamond and Gold members. And we saw a really cool opportunity to turn it into kind of like more of a speakeasy. And we called it Conrad's because Conrad Hilton was the founder of Hilton.
Okay. And how long have you been in the hospitality space?
I've been here for about a year, and I feel like I've been in hospitality for about 3 years now.
Okay. And you?
I have worked for Hilton for 10 years.
10 years? So you've seen a lot of changes in the hospitality industry.
Yeah.
Okay. So
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
So how was COVID? Because the assumption is that Florida was pretty open.
We opened I remember it was about Cinco de Mayo in 2020.
Okay. And it was the same business as usual, or were you limited on rooms? Can you give me a little bit more?
Well, I was on Clearwater Beach at the time, and we had outdoor space. So we were very busy because people felt really comfortable being outdoors during COVID. And so we were doing a lot of weddings. We were taking a lot of people that couldn't get married or do an event in New York and Chicago. They were flooding into Florida.
Yes.
Mexico was closed down. Hawaii was closed down, and they were all flooding into Florida, specifically the beach, because they wanted to be outside. And we had event space outside. The type of clientele was different. There was a lot of stimulus check.
Yes.
New lottery type of people.
Yes.
Our rates were as low as ever.
Wow.
So, and I'm sure in downtown Tampa it was a different group as well because we didn't have the conventions like we normally do. So it was a different market. It was an exciting time to be alive.
Really?
Exciting. Every day was exciting.
So, one of the things I really wanted to know was how has the business bounced back as far as, having a dip for a little while in COVID. I believe from 2022 to 2023, there's been about a 7% increase in, vacationing, just people coming to hotels.
Well, it's been different, right? So Europe really exploded this summer. Everyone could see on social media that everyone was in Italy, everyone was in Paris. So Europe finally bounced back this summer.
Were you? Were you?
I mean, I was in Europe.
Really? Free stay?
We do get some great discounts.
We do, yes. I work for the Hilton.
I usually don't pay more than $75 anywhere I go.
Wow.
Yeah, I second that.
Yeah. Hilton has good perks.
Really?
Yes.
Benefits, 401k, all of that?
401k is good. The discounts are the best. I've personally stayed at the Hilton. I was the Conrad Bora Bora. It was $75 a night for a week.
Wow.
In a little bungalow over the ocean. This summer, I was at a Conrad in Istanbul with 75 euros a night at like this 5-star palace in Istanbul. So if you like to travel, hospitality is definitely the place for you.
Okay. And you started as a manager or running a hotel?
I started as a sales coordinator. You started in sales too, didn't you?
I started at the front desk, and then I went to a sales coordinator, and then now I'm a sales manager here.
Okay. So how is the pay as far as working in hospitality?
Well, we don't do it for the money.
Okay.
I would say that I got into hospitality because I love travel and I love being around people and I love events. Last weekend we had a boxing ring in the ballroom. The weekend before that we had an Indian wedding. The weekend before that we had a black tie gala. So for me, I love the events.
Okay.
That's what keeps pulling me, and I have been so lucky to be a part of other people's really special moments.
Yes.
That you never would be able to be a part of. I've been in political events with Secret Service, Vice President Pence. I had an event with him. So
Wow.
you get exposed to a whole different level.
No Trump, though.
It was a Trump rally.
Okay. How was it? Well, how was it?
It was intense. For a lack of a better word, it was intense. It was a Trump rally. Vice President Pence was speaking, and it was August 2020 during COVID. It was the most intense thing of my whole career.
So what's the requirements for someone to come into the Hilton and acquire a job, a good job? Not, I won't say there are any bad jobs here. I think every person here makes the engine run. But, you know, if you want a top tier job at the Hilton, what are the requirements for that?
Yeah, I mean, all jobs are important here, but yeah, you definitely have to start at the bottom and work yourself up. I went to college for hospitality, so I have a degree in it.
Okay.
Same. I have a degree as well, but that in hospitality, a degree is not going to get you to the top.
Okay.
You have to always start at the bottom. And then depending on how good you are and how easily you can pivot and how good you are and what your attitude is, that determines how quickly you can grow. But everyone has to start at the bottom. Yeah. My previous GM started as a bellman. I started as a sales admin. You started as a front desk.
Yeah.
A lot of people start as blind cooks, starting valet, and they just work their way up. But the easiest way is to get in is from the bottom.
Okay. Is it easy to pivot?
No.
Okay.
Is it easy for you to pivot?
Not necessarily. I really had to show myself and show them that I was ready and this is something I want.
Okay.
You have to constantly be able to read a situation and react.
Okay. So
no panicking.
Because most people say you have to reinvent yourself and network. Is collaboration a big thing in the hospitality industry?
Yes, definitely. I feel like I'm always at networking events trying to promote the hotel, and I love doing so.
In building those relationships.
And then, you know, your clients want to come back to you and they know they have a good experience. So it's important. It really is.
So when you're building these relationships, because I see that you've had a ton of events this year, it's not always at a Hilton, or is it at a Hilton? Is it at a Hilton owned property? Because you've had many events for HypeTampaBay this year.
At the Hilton?
We have them all over Tampa Bay. I know we had some at a restaurant, other hotels. So
Right.
It's really just everywhere.
Are they ran by just you, or?
They're ran by Lauren. She's the founder.
Okay. And Lauren's not here
She's here. She's in right there, the black dress.
We're just the host for this particular event.
Okay. Well, I have 2 questions in there. Well, I have 6 questions in there. You could just take a question and answer it. You don't have to read it out loud. I'm going to actually post it up on the screen.
What are the 6 rules of hospitality?
6. Ooh, that's a lot of rules.
There
There are no rules?
No, there.
Can that be the only rule?
Well, there are rules.
Is it multiple choice? No multiple choice?
No multiple choice?
No.
You don't have 7. The rules of hospitality: to be hospitable.
Okay.
To spread the warmth and light of hospitality.
Yeah.
Right. That's a Hilton 101. Never have a bad day. You can never have a bad day.
Okay.
Are you checking this? Is this on Google?
This is on Google.
Is it a Google?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Are you going to tell us the answers?
Yes, of course. Really? Just what? Just
we should know.
okay.
Cool. That's it. Customer's always right.
Extend a welcome, make eye contact, smile, say hello, introduce yourself, call people by name, and extend a few words of concern.
How's your stand? How was your burger?
Yes. Right. And there's one more. Can you get one more for me?
Okay. Pick the next one. Let's see.
That one was tough.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Get an easy one.
What motivated you to join Hype, and what keeps you actively involved? Do you want to answer that? Because you're Hype.
I guess what motivated me was to, get out there in the community and meet other people who are young professionals that are interested in, taking their career to the next level. It's nice to be around like-minded people. And what keeps me involved is going to these events, hosting these events when we can, and just keeping in contact with the founder and asking her if there's anything I can ever do for her.
Okay. and everyone's eligible to come to hype events, or you have to be in hospitality? Because I believe I spoke to Cliff, and Cliff he works at the post office, he said. So is that a part of hospitality, or?
That would be a Lauren question, but I think everyone's welcome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hospitality.
Everyone's welcome, right?
Yes.
That was your first one.
Yes. Extend the welcome.
I was listening.
And I want to thank you ladies for sitting down with me. I truly appreciate it. Do you think I could get some of Lauren's time, or maybe we can?
That's not Lauren. The other one.
So I thought that was Lauren. Thank you, ladies. That's all I have. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
So you're the VP of this event?
Yes, I'm the VP of Hype.
VP of Hype.
Yes.
Oh, Lauren. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Lauren, can you what made you start this event?
So I've been in the area for my entire life.
Okay.
And I never really found a networking group that was just hospitality specific. So I felt there was a need for that. And I created Hype. I mean, I was at the time under 40.
Okay.
And it's just been growing for the last 5.5 years.
Okay. So do you work in hospitality at all?
I do, yes. So I'm the president of Hype, and then also I work in remote sales for a company.
Nice.
A hotel.
Nice.
So I do marketing and sales, and yes, I'm still in hospitality.
And I was asking, is everyone welcome to Hype? Is this all encompassing event? If you just work in Tampa,
if you work in Tampa and want to meet some new connections, like, we are a very welcoming group. Even if individuals trying to break into the hospitality industry, you're welcome. Like, we love to be mentors as well.
Okay.
So I feel like, as I am now over 40, like, I love to be mentors to the younger hospitality professionals coming in the industry.
Okay.
We have some servers here tonight. We have bartenders. Like, more than welcome. If
You
you
have
have insurance. Like, we welcome everyone.
You have me here, so I'm happy. Right? You have podcasters here. So, and being the VP, did you understand the mission of Hype when you first got started?
Yeah, I've been with Lauren since the beginning. She needed someone to help her out with the event and help it grow. And so I've just been here. And what makes me stay is that it's a really cool, chill, calm environment to get to know other people.
Yes.
We have a lot of fun, and that's why I keep coming back. I love Lauren. I love the people that show up. And I'm in tech myself. I was in hospitality.
Okay.
But I made the change over, but I'm still coming over to Hype.
Was it easy to build this?
I would say Lauren had a lot of connections, and she's a very personable person, and people gravitate toward her.
Yes.
So I think it was easy.
I feel like I did use my networking connections. Like, I've worked for all kinds of companies in the area. Like, I worked for Yacht Starship. They're an amazing company, and I grew my networking base.
Okay.
Because I worked for them, and that's where we met. So I attribute a lot of the success of Hype to them.
Okay.
And then also I worked for hotels. I worked for private clubs, University Club of Tampa. I worked for all types of businesses, and I mean, it's just and Tampa's it's growing.
And when did you start Hype? Okay. So when would the first, or have you had an anniversary for Hype?
So we had the 4-year anniversary last year, and
okay,
and it's really March. So
okay. And does it get bigger every time? So
month to month, it gets I only had events every other month. Because after I had my daughter, I took a little bit of a break.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So the demand is there.
Okay.
It was every other month, and now because people are asking, when of our next event, what are we doing next? And we have already to the end of the year plan.
Okay.
Which is amazing. We have literally.
And you can be relaxed. I'm going to ask some catchy questions. So when's the last time Lauren stressed you out?
I think just about every event. No.
No, where are you?
Yeah, it's just where are you? I'm I'm running late. I couldn't find parking. No,
it's hard because I have to get a sitter.
Yes.
We did too. Yeah, my daughter turned 2 today. So yeah.
It could be late.
But how large is your Hype team?
So it's just us, and then we have some ambassadors. So actually, from the beginning, David
Okay.
Probably interview next.
Okay.
And then January.
Okay.
They're like I feel like our core team. And then we have a lot of interested individuals that want to join like our, I guess, ambassador team.
Yeah,
I would
we're open to that. Yeah.
Okay.
We've been trying to grow and people want to get involved.
Speak more to the ambassador team. How does someone become an ambassador? Do they just reach out to you guys? Is there an email address, a contact phone number?
So I think like an ambassador is somebody who goes to, I would say like 2 or more hype events.
Yeah.
They're consistent.
Yeah,
They love
consistent.
to spread brand awareness of hype.
Okay.
And yeah, so we're really open to it. Not too
Okay.
much hard. Yeah, I love
Okay.
to network and just keep our name out there.
And what is the overall vision of hype? Are you going to eventually be at Raymond James Stadium and you're going to be filling that up and there's going to be a huge networking event? You're going to have a bunch of vendors? Like,
I mean, honestly, like I would love to evolve into different areas.
okay.
So you have a hype Orlando, you have a hype Miami, you know, that's my vision. You know, we'll just keep expanding and growing. And then Tampa will be like our before.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Tampa's growing so fast. And it's like, I think next year we'll be like at 100 at an event.
That's amazing.
So, keep growing, I think, for sure.
I can't imagine how hard it is to get 100 people to one place on time, having a good time. So what I have the question bowl, and there's 2 questions in there. If you could just take 2 out and yes. And you can answer together if you like.
We'll answer it together. Okay, so I have, what are the 5 elements of hospitality? I would say, okay, personable. Let's see.
Golden rule, do on others
Yes.
what they do.
Yeah. Go over and beyond,
Go
Okay.
over- Yes.
for sure.
Okay.
Just making someone's, I mean, if it's a wedding, making someone's dreams come true and making someone just have the most amazing moment of their life at an event. It could be a corporate event. It could be someone's birthday party, baby shower, but just making sure that you're there
Yeah.
and present and there to please them, you know, like, okay, so I don't know if it's 5. Let's
5
what
I'm
else?
going to say is leave them with like, kind of along with yours, leave them with like a lasting
impression.
I think
Keep
it's very
wanting to come back. Like,
Yeah.
That's my number one thing. Like if I was at a venue, I had a holiday party. Come back the next year. Make sure that you're always in their inbox. Make sure you're like, oh wow, like what are you doing there?
Okay.
Be supportive of the company or
All right.
individual. You know?
Do you want to know the answer?
There's an actual answer.
Oh my God.
All right, let's see it.
I should know this.
Atmosphere, customer service.
Okay.
So you were answering all of these. Guest expectations, attention to detail, and flexibility.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it's flexibility.
Yeah.
Flexibility. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I have, as a member, what do you enjoy most about the networking events and activities organized by Hype? So I kind of touched on this before, but I think as a member, everyone's looking out for each other. If there's something that you need, like a new job, or you need recommendations for a vendor, or things of that nature, there's always someone in this group that is willing to help you out.
Okay. Well, thank you, ladies. I appreciate you having me here. I hope to be a good ambassador for you, and maybe I'll join next time. You know, yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Appreciate you being
Nice to
here.
meet you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're social media.
Yeah. And that's my manager, Hallie. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
So-
Hallie. Hallie. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. I tried to keep it short and fun so you can enjoy your event. Say your name and tell me a little bit about what you do for Hype.
Sure. My name's Danny Workman. I work for CBK Catering and Events, and I've been involved with Hype for, gosh, I don't know, 2-3 years now. How long has it been?
Like 6 years.
Oh, everything's crazy after COVID. I have no idea.
There's lots of concept of time. And I'm Janiel. I work with Mint House. It's a new property that opened in St. Petersburg. And we've been involved with Hype since it started.
Yeah.
Pretty much ever since Lauren started the company. We know Lauren way back from when she used to work at Yacht Starship.
Oh, that's right.
We
Yeah.
both worked at the aquarium, and she birthed Hype. So we've known her since the beginning.
Is Lauren hard on you guys at all to promote the event?
She personally texts us every time to make sure that we're coming.
And I think that's the important part too. She reaches out to us individually and not just through a group chat or a mass email. You have to respond directly to her.
So working in hospitality, what are some of the misconceptions about what you?
No,
Why'd you
everything's
roll
fine.
I couldn't get my question. Yeah, what are some of the misconceptions about what you do, about the service that you provide, and how big you guys are on attention to detail for the customer experience?
Yeah, I think there's just a lack of knowledge, I think, for what exactly it all entails, because hospitality is so big. I mean, we have like catering, food and beverage, all of that. We have hotels, we have attractions. That all falls under the umbrella.
Yes.
And I don't think people fully realize that. And then when you work in a hotel, for example, I mean, there's just so many moving pieces to a hotel that people don't really consider or know about. So I think that's a big thing.
Actually, and you mentioned attention to detail, and that really is just the most important thing. And it can make such a big difference. It's as simple as, you could be doing a 300-person plated dinner, but if you're kind enough to your client and bring them a dress rack for her dress she's changing into later, that can make all the difference.
Do you ever feel that hospitality doesn't get enough notice as far as opportunities for jobs? Because there are a lot of jobs out here for people, but I've never ran into anyone in my circle that's said they wanted to work in hospitality. But to me, it seems like a great experience. You get to network with people. There's beautiful people everywhere. It seems fun. This event here, Hype, there's drinks, but there's good conversation. Do you feel that it's just not advertised and marketed enough?
Yeah, I feel like in a way, it's a great network of people. It's such a great industry to be in, but it might not be supported or paid for as much as
okay.
Even
right.
though there is so much that goes into the events industry, the hospitality industry.
And it doesn't really have like the dreamy aspect of like when you're growing up, you want to be a police officer or a marine biologist, but no one grows up and says, I want to be a catering sales manager.
Yeah.
But it is rewarding. It really is.
Well, the owner of Soho House, he started washing dishes, and
that was my first job.
Right. Yeah. So I think it teaches some grit, and there's a level of fortitude that you have to stay in the industry, right? Because I talked to the first two people I interviewed. I lost their names, but they were talking about how you really have to pivot to move up, and you have to be flexible.
You definitely have to be versatile.
You definitely have to be versatile. And I think most people, what's cool is like, I feel like most people in this industry are really humble. And I think it's because everyone knows, or like they have started from the bottom and worked their way up.
Yes.
It's one of those industries where you get your experience really early, when you're young, and we start off like working at a front desk or working in the back of the kitchen, and then you just work your way up and just collect all of these skill sets.
Yes.
And it just makes you such a professional.
Yep. And I'd say we're definitely all humble because we've all had our asses kicked plenty of times. No one's so good as to not screw something up.
I think we all have bad backs and knees by now.
Yep.
Okay. So aside from the free drinks, what would you say is the meaning of Hype Tampa Bay?
I mean, it's all about networking. It's so important to be connected with others in your industry.
Yes.
And to hang out, blow off steam, get advice.
Yes.
And, also just down to the business side of things, knowing other people in certain, lines of work. Like if I need a photographer or I need a hotel ballroom for whatever, like it's so important. You can't just work in a silo with blinders on.
I love that answer.
With Danny, it's the same. It's
everyone does.
It's just, I mean, networking events are just so crucial. You meet new people, you make these connections, and you might need a photographer, you might need a chef, you might need a catering manager, you might need a venue. And events like this really just help connect us all together. And like you said, not only blowing off steam, but also making these professional connections that'll be of use later on and beneficial for everyone. So
thank you guys. I have two questions in there in the question bowl. I need you to pick
the bowl.
Pick the questions. and answer one per person.
Okay. Oh, you go first.
Well, you know what? Share.
First.
This will be unique. How about you share the question?
All right.
Yeah.
See it.
All right. How has being a part of this networking organization benefited your career in the hospitality industry?
I don't like that one. Pick another one.
I was gonna say, I think I booked an event through it once, so that's enough for me.
I think we've all kind of gotten something from this, but what are the 4 P's in hospitality? Is this a quiz?
I know. Geez, I don't know.
4 P's.
And this is on Google, by the way.
Let me see.
Pride.
Pride.
Okay. You can't look it up. You can't look it
I
up.
can't. You said it was on Google. I thought that was
yes.
People.
Oh yeah, people. That's a good one. That's got to be one.
People.
Do you say personalities?
Or personality.
Those are different things.
Yeah, no, people.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with people.
Pressure up. I don't know.
Production.
Okay.
Production. That's got to be one.
I was sure you guys wouldn't get this. I just Googled some random questions. I figured I'd throw it in a bowl. It'll be a good thing. But it's product price, place, and promotion are the 4 key points in any tourism business
That's
marketing
like sales
strategy.
stuff. Yeah.
But thank you guys. It's been a great experience. I thank you for having me, and I thank you for sitting down. And I hope to see you guys again.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
When did you join Hype, and what made you join Hype?
I joined Hype roughly about 3 years ago, around the beginning of when it was first created and everything. And it was, Tampa is a unique market with hospitality where it's a very tight-knit group.
Okay.
And so it was great to have an organization that kind of played on that, kind of like made it established, like this tight-knit group that, all of us were a part of anyway, but now it's more efficient.
Yes. Okay. And yourself?
Yeah, I joined Hype last year. I can't remember what month, but one of the first events I joined was their anniversary. Was during one of their anniversaries. That's where I met this guy. We were on the dance squad together.
Okay. and are both of you gentlemen in hospitality at all?
Yes, I'm with hotels. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with Ambridge Hotels, which is one of the largest franchise hotel.
Okay. And you yourself?
I work on the audiovisual side of the events industry, and we service hotels.
So you can fix this audio for me.
Absolutely. I can't monitor it though. I don't have my headphones.
Yeah. I feel like it's noisy. I'll figure it out. But I'll reach out to you. I'll get your information. Yeah, seriously, I'll get your information. I don't want to ask you guys the same questions I've asked the same set of people, but I do have the question bowl there, and I would love to see if you guys could get any of those questions right.
Let's do this. You shake it up. All right. What are the 6 rules of hospitality? Okay, so I know 6 rules. Okay, so I know 3 of them.
Okay.
No hair in the bathroom.
Be courteous to others, which I think is a human thing.
It is a human thing. It's hospitality is a human experience, and so we still try to have the human experience, and we still have like the technology portion of it, that certainly plays a portion of it. But we still want to put the humanity back into it. You still have a human experience into it. I think that's the hospitality experience.
I'm gonna tell you the answers, but I like that you said that. That actually brings me to another question. Do you feel as if the advancements in being able to book from anywhere, you don't have to call anybody anymore, does that take away from the hospitality industry at all?
I think it takes away a lot of the bad parts, the waiting, the robocalls and things like that. I think it takes away some portion of it. It does take a little bit away from the human experience, the good part of it.
Right.
But I think majority of it has been like the bad part of it, like where, you're waiting on the line.
Right.
Where it's not taken away from the human experience.
Okay.
The human experience is still there, and I think it does take away from that a little bit, but not as much as it takes away from the bad.
Do you think the industry's felt that impact at all? Because I don't speak to a person, I can pretty much check in without talking to someone almost, right? So, lack of wait time does cause a lack of patience. And, does the industry benefit from that? And it doesn't.
I mean, it benefits from it because speed pays.
Okay, right. Okay.
But again, when you do get in,
yes,
when you do get in, you're still going to have that human experience because you're going to call down for any kind of amenities and stuff like that.
Okay.
Wake up calls, you're going to the bar, any kind of SLR, activity that you do, you're still going to have that human experience. So, like I said, I think it makes it more efficient. It makes it more user friendly.
Okay.
But you're still going to have some human experience.
Right.
I also think in this day and age, technology really is playing a huge factor in a lot of the hotels I've worked at. For instance, I stayed at the JW Marriott, right? And they have any property really. Hilton's have it, they have QR codes everywhere. You try to see this QR code.
Yeah.
People just kind of want quick answers these days, so scan QR code, write your question, or find whatever, and then boom, you can do. And then worst case scenario, you can still call someone at the front desk.
Right.
So, I mean,
for sure,
there is still someone there to help you.
And let's be honest, the human experience, when you're waiting for a room, is not always
right.
So what I'm saying, it takes out the bad portion.
Right.
So the interactions that you do have that involve the people and getting to know people are better.
Yes. Right. Okay. And the answer to that question was make eye contact, smile, say hello, introduce yourself, call people by name. Yeah.
It just comes natural for people in the hospitality industry.
You have to be in hospitality, that. I was working for Walmart, the 10-5 rule, say hey within 10-5. And that's just the beauty of the hospitality is because of that, because you're meeting people from all over the world.
Yes.
All over the place.
Yes.
You meet people that you've never met in your life, because they're coming from all over. So it's great to interact with that because it's a unique experience for both of you.
Yeah. And you've how long have you been working in hospitality?
20 years now.
20 years?
20 years.
So did you start at the bottom like everyone else is saying?
I started as a bartender. No, it's
I can see that.
So I went to bartending school in college.
Okay.
And they set me up with a bartending job in hospitality and hotel. And I just kind of worked my way up, It's like it sucks you in, you just get you get addicted to this experience. So
Okay. And yourself,
I've been in the audiovisual field in hospitality since 2009.
Okay. And would you recommend to someone to start in hospitality for their first job or just work in hospitality at some point in your life?
Absolutely. I think everyone needs that kind of customer experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being in customer service is kind of on a side note. When I go to McDonald's,
right.
I'm going to add this. I'm so sorry. Anyone else, but
we're gonna bleep McDonald's out. I just like it was a bad word.
Yeah. It's a expectation, right?
Yes, sir.
Bend forward backwards for our clients. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Granted, they're paying, a significant amount of money to invest in whatever services that they do. But, it's kind of like when you're in hospitality, you want that same sort of
white glove service
everywhere you go.
Right.
And unfortunately, that's not the case. So I feel like to involve yourself or get involved really with hotels in general, you learn a different level of customer service that you can't get at other jobs. I mean, I think it ultimately helps you out in the long run, whatever career path you sort of choose.
I can believe it.
When you work for some of these companies that their whole bread and butter for years and decades has been, catering to people, it certainly kind of exudes a certain level of expectations of, hospitality and everything. So, and I'm Southern anyway, so I'm a Southern guy. I'm like, Southern hospitality, right? Yeah, sure, come stay in my house,
Yeah. Okay, just one more question for you guys.
Let's go. Oh, jeez. What are the 5 elements of hospitality? That's almost the same thing. I'm gonna trash that.
Air, water, fire.
It's not the same, right?
Oh man, this again. I've never even heard this.
Look, I've been in hospitality.
Do you know this one? What are the 4 P's in hospitality? Professionalism.
There you go. I'm 20 years, and I don't know this.
These are just some random questions I looked up, but you guys have,
and that's awesome that you did that. Like, cause again, it's all about exploration and getting being an expert in your field and everything. So.
I want you guys to, I also wanted people to let their hair down a little bit. So I asked you a bunch of questions about what you do and how long you've been in the industry. And that's great. And that's very informative. But what is the best experience you've had since COVID ended? In the hospital,
there's hadn't been many since COVID. But a lot of before COVID.
Well, with HypeTamp in regards to HypeTampaBay,
I mean, it's made us closer. I think as far as Hype has, because we're all going through this together, and so like we all have this shared same pain.
Yes,
that's going through. So I think it brought us a lot closer together and made us rely on our networks better because of it. Because there was so much going out there. There's so much happening, and it made us rely on a lot of our networking and a lot of the relationships we have to be successful in this environment.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that one thing that I've noticed in the industry after COVID was that a lot of the old guard is pretty much gone, have retired, and there's a lot of newer generation of, what are we? Gen X?
Whatever. Yeah. Right.
Millennials, my generation.
Right. Yeah.
I see a lot more of us kind of creeping into hospitality, which is a topic of conversation. Yeah. Another topic of conversation.
There's definitely like a new school, an old school of hospitality. It happens to every company. It happens, you talk about old Wyndham, new Wyndham, and old Hilton, new Hilton. And it's definitely in the new age. It segued a little bit into your new age and something like where technology's making it more efficient.
Yes.
We're just taking up a lot of that right there, which again, I think a lot of the experience that technology's taking over was some of the not so good experience.
Okay. Is there anything you miss about the old guard or nothing about the old ways of hospitality?
Look, before COVID, there was a lot of people that had a specific job. Like, because of COVID, we wear a lot of different hats now, and that's where the technology comes in.
Right. We're more efficient.
There was more bodies, to take care of things, whereas it's been more streamlined.
Okay.
I think I'm adopting just the quite honest. Honestly, it's also the personality. If I'm letting my hair down, it's going down, right?
Right.
I think that a lot of the old guard had personality traits that weren't really conducive to hospitality on the employee side.
So there's a lot more flexibility and they're more receptive to accommodating. Okay. Right. Yeah, it's like I don't care if it's
working 2 weeks after you get birth.
Yeah, that is true. A lot more flexibility within the industry, because of that.
Yeah, I just know, like you said, with the advancements in technology, the crew is a lot leaner. It's not as many people who may have had jobs that really weren't needed, but were helpful at the same time. So, I thank you guys for sitting down with me. I hope to be a good ambassador for this Hype Tampa Bay event. And you guys are great ambassadors for Hype Tampa Bay. I thank you for what you do in hospitality, and I appreciate you guys sitting down with me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
A shout out to Aimbridge Hospitality Prospecting Week.
Oh, we're doing this. Connection represent. Oh, and if I can say, yes, there's a lot of in hospitality. I'm starting to notice a trend getting involved with a lot of trade associations like this. I feel like we need more audiovisual technicians in the industry.
Yes.
There's no programs really for it. There's mention of it, even with the certification for your CMP, which is what meeting planners or meeting professionals get.
Okay.
There's really just not enough information out there for them to really educate them. So, I encourage those folks who want to tend to the or want to gravitate towards the tech side of things. Doing concerts, that's a cool thing. But meetings and conferences, they need LED walls. They need microphones too. And there's not enough folks in the industry to make that happen. So I'm personally being an advocate for that and trying to speak to that at hospitality schools, or would like to speak more at these engagements. So, I mean, for any brothers out there or sisters who want to, get involved in that trade, I think it's a great trade to get into. Especially in the hospitality field,
No, I love that you said that, because I did ask that question earlier about, encouraging people to come into the hospitality industry. I asked you guys, would you recommend someone do this as a job at some point in their life? And there's another avenue, right? Maybe someone who's technical and they say there's nothing over there for me. And you're saying, hey, there is. Right.
And we're hiring,
and
so
explore
they can hit me
it.
up.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay. Okay. Sure. I'll clip that up too. I'll clip that one up, so that way it gets to where it needs to get to. All right. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Nice meeting you.
And first, because this is my brother right here.
Make sure to like, comment, share, and most importantly, keep it uplifting.
Take it up, listen.